Happy birthday!
When Burnley-born James Halstead launched his textile company right here on this very site in Radcliffe, just after the First World War, he could never have dreamt that 100 years later it would have become a family dynasty. It would still carry his name. It would have mushroomed in size. It would have more than 300 times the employees, distributing its products to over 180 countries around the globe, with a turnover of £250 million.
It is truly a 100-year family business success story involving 4 generations of the Halstead family, who between them took bold decisions, invested enthusiastically in new technologies, and seized the initiative in whole new areas.
The company that James Halstead set up back in 1915 had nothing at all to do with flooring. He set it up for the waxing and showerproofing of cloth for coats. He had 4 machines and just 3 employees. And the cash books of those early days still exist to this day, all beautifully handwritten. And I can tell you that those early employees earned £1.12 old money, that's about £1.60 today, for a 54-hour week.
With the help of James's energetic sons, John and Herbert, the fledgling company flourished and business boomed. In the course of 4 short years, it grew to occupy the entire factory site. It wasn't until 1934 that the first steps into the flooring market were taken. It was for car interiors. The company rolled rubber onto a teased fabric to create durable carpeting for Ford Motors and other makes. Meanwhile, the textile side of the business continued to grow, and Halstead acquired its main customer, the Staffordshire company Belstaff Limited, who were producing waterproof outdoor and motorcycle clothing. The combined company floated on the stock exchange in 1948. The clothing proved highly popular in the peacetime years and was worn by many of the best-known celebrities in the world, including movie stars George Clooney and Steve McQueen, motorcycle ace Giacomo Agostini and supermodel Naomi Campbell, the entire golf team captained by Tony Jacklin that went down in sporting history as the first ever European Ryder Cup team, mountaineer Chris Bonington and his team for their ascent on Everest, and the legendary singer and actress Dame Gracie Fields from Rochdale.
The selling off of the Belstaff brand in 2004 marked the end of the era of textiles for Halstead, with the clothing part of the company, established by James back in 1915, now no longer part of the company, though still an icon. From now on, it was 100% focus on flooring, and the company continued to grow and to prosper.
In the late 1940s, the inspired hiring of a pioneering chemist called Bill Roberts heralded the dawn of a groundbreaking new era in the history of James Halstead Limited. It was his experimental work for the company that led to a revolutionary new vinyl flooring that first challenged and then rapidly took over from linoleum floors, securing the company's future.
PVC had a number of benefits, with it being hard-wearing, colourful and abrasion resistant, and Bill pioneered that in the early 1950s. And essentially today, the formulation that we use today is exactly the same as it was back in those days, using PVC, limestone, plasticizers and pigments to colour the flooring. For the last 30 years, we've been manufacturing something called polysafe flooring, and the difference is that this is heterogeneous vinyl rather than homogeneous vinyl. And heterogeneous means it's made up of several layers, with the top layer having an anti-slip particle in the surface. This is silicon carbide and aluminium oxide and quartz to give that anti-slip abrasion surface. The line we have behind us has been developed over the years, and the last 7 years it's been completely renewed. So it now runs twice as fast and has a capacity of 10 million square metres a year. We're the world leader in polysafe vinyl flooring.
It was the current executive chairman, Geoffrey Halstead, grandson of James, who was heavily involved in the sales drive through the 50s and 60s which made polyfloor vinyl flooring the favourite in homes, schools, offices and hospitals throughout the UK. It was to become far and away Halstead's most profitable product.
Old-fashioned floor tiles, messy glue, too much time. But now, Presto tiles, with super built-in adhesive, guaranteed to stick. Presto, instant floor. Presto, instant floor. More, instant floor. Presto floor. If you put it down wrong, pick it up. Do it again. It's quick, it's fun. Do it yourself with Presto. Perfect floor, instant floor. With Presto.
During the 60s, Halsteads had expanded globally with new sales operations in Australia, New Zealand and South Africa. In 1974, the company came under the control of Jahre. Under his tenure as managing director, the company prospered and has an enviable record of 40 years of increased dividend. And Jahre has passionate feelings today about the performance of the Halstead family down the last 100 years.
It's a very proud moment to be still part of it, which I am, although I'm non-executive. I'm part of it. My grandfather started, he wasn't a young man when he started the business. He was in his 40s and started his own business. And then my father and uncle took over when he died. That was his two sons. And they worked as a good team. My uncle was a nuts and bolts man and my dad was the entrepreneur. And I'm proud of what I've done. And I'm very proud of what my son's done.
Recognition of the company's remarkable achievements has come in the form of an array of trophies, including 3 Queen's Awards for Industry, which for Jahre meant a visit to Buckingham Palace and an appointment with the Queen. Environmental issues are hugely important to the company. It is their vision to become an environmentally and economically sustainable business, and they're well on the way to achieving that. Recycling plays a key part in the operation.
We're standing in front of our collection bins. These are distributed in 64 collection sites throughout the UK. When an installation takes place, either we collect offcuts from the installation or we collect uplifted material. Last year we collected over 500 tonnes of material, and since EcoFlor's conception in 2009 we've collected 2,500 tonnes of PVC waste. That's enough to cover 120 football pitches.
Today, along with its manufacturing centres in Radcliffe, Royton and on Teesside, the company boasts 17 offices and factories around the world, a workforce of nearly 1,000 people and a turnover of £225 million. Royton is where the company's distribution centre is based. All polyfloor products from Radcliffe and Teesside end up here for distribution across the UK and around the world. The storage space is enormous.
We hold around about 7 million square metres. That's including rolls and luxury vinyl tiles. We probably do about 30 containers a week on average all over the world. Polyfloor prides itself on its service level. Besides having a fantastic problem, we can service like none of our competitors can service.
The Royton Centre is also the home of the company's marketing operation.
We go one step further than just marketing to our purchasing accounts. We make an attempt to communicate with everyone in the decision-making process, whether they be a flooring contractor or architect, consumer or commercial end user. We try to connect with all of these people and target our efforts appropriately. The internet's integral to our digital marketing strategy. We operate 2 websites. We operate www.polyfloor.com. This is the main corporate website aimed predominantly at the commercial customer. We also operate a website which we aim specifically at the consumer, which is www.polyfloorathome.com.
170 miles northeast of James Halstead Limited headquarters is the company's Riverside Flooring Limited 40-acre site on Teesside. It was acquired from an American flooring company in 2010 and has enjoyed over £5 million worth of investment for purchasing brand new state-of-the-art machinery and upgrading existing equipment. It now produces 3.5 million square metres of commercial sheet flooring every year.
Well, essentially the main difference here is we make a multi-layered product. At Radcliffe they make a single layered product. But the most important thing that happens at Riverside is we print our designs. We have a 4-metre wide printing press and we can print very intricate designs and simple designs. Wood designs, tile designs, slate designs, overall designs, any colour, pretty much any shape. This site's been tremendously successful. In the last 5 years, we've doubled the volume that we make, we've doubled the workforce, and it just keeps going like a steam train, basically. We expect in the next 5 years to double yet again, and 5 years after that, double even more. We're doing a fantastic job with the products that we make, and the sales team do a great job. We're the baby of the family, we're 5 years old, but we do feel connected with everything else that's happened in the past. Dealing with the Halstead family, dealing with the business, dealing with the group, and all the other departments within the Halstead group, you actually feel connected and part of that business that they've built over the last 100 years.
One of the key reasons for Halstead's success through a century of high achievement is their workforce. It's one of the most loyal in the country, with 82 of its UK employees having chalked up over 25 years' service, and 10 in the over 40 club. And with the flotation of the company on the London Stock Exchange back in 1948, all the UK employees are shareholders who have enjoyed an almost continuous dividend increase.
From small beginnings to global player, the history of James Halstead Limited is one of the family-run business success stories. A success based on hard work, bold decision-making, innovation, investment, and expansion. Happy 100th birthday, and here's to the next 100. James Halstead Limited, the floor is yours.